guys, I hope your week is going well. I've gotten several requests from you guys to do a video talking about the best products for adult acne. So I thought I would take a step back from that request and talk a little bit more about adult acne, what makes it unique from the acne you may have had as an adolescent, and kind of talk more about how it's treated and give you some understanding of perhaps some products that might be helpful over the counter in the management of adult acne. Adult acne, for reasons that are not entirely clear, seems to be increasing in prevalence over the past 10 to 20 years, and for the most part, it largely affects women. About 80% of cases of adult acne are a continuation of acne that the individual had as a teenager, and they've just continued to have it, and it never seems to go away. 20% of cases are de novo acne in adulthood, meaning never had acne before, and now all of a sudden in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you're breaking out. And it's like, what the heck? I thought I made it out of the woods, and now I'm an adult and I'm dealing with acne. What the heck? That is not fair. A major factor in the pathogenesis of adult acne in women is going to be fluctuations in hormones. Fluctuations in hormones around your period, around being pregnant, delivering the baby, breastfeeding the baby, and also if you are starting and stopping different types of hormonal birth control pills, and also fluctuations that occur before, during, and after menopause. All of these hormonal fluctuations can contribute to acne. The reason that happens is that our hormones play a huge role in production of oil in our skin, in the sebaceous oil follicle, and that's a major factor in acne pathogenesis. So those fluctuations are a key part of that, and there's no product or treatment over the counter that will address that. There are prescription medications that address that, and there are a lot of marketing claims out there that, you know, this is going to be an acne fighting ingredient that may give you false hope for clear skin, when really perhaps there is a prescription medication that will more appropriately target truly what's going on. So step number one is always to check in with your healthcare provider, see a dermatologist, and see what kind of treatment would be right for you in this situation. A second major factor, though, in the pathogenesis of adult acne, like in the teenage years, but I think it's more of an issue as we become adults, is stress. With every year of our lives, it seems as though there's more and more stress. Being an adult is incredibly stressful. Stress actually lowers our immune system's ability to function properly. It impairs our skin barrier, which can cause our skin to become dry. And with that increased dryness, then we have inflammation in our skin as a response to that drives acne. Also, stress upregulates cortisol, that influences our hormones and then drives more oil production in the skin. Stress is a major factor. So unfortunately, there's not a product that will get rid of your stress, but you can invest in self-care and hobbies, development of hobbies, as well as vacations. The third contributing factor to acne in everyone, but adults, is going to be stuff that comes in contact with your skin and stays on there. The P's, pollens, pollutants, personal care products. These things form a film on the surface of your skin, and that causes your immune system to come in and be like, okay, we need to keep this in check. As your immune system comes in, inflammation accompanies that, leads to redness, irritation, impairment of the skin barrier, and subsequent flares of acne. So it's really important at the end of the day that you cleanse your skin and remove all of that. Don't go to bed with makeup on. It definitely can and does contribute to this, and not only is it sitting on your skin, but it rubs off on your pillowcase, your sheets, and then night after night you are re-inoculating your face with that grimy gunk that can contribute to the acne. So washing your face at nighttime, and then as far as the personal care products that you use, the cosmetics that you choose, it's hard to really dial down ingredients that are contributory, but common offenders in makeup are going to be coconut oil and red and yellow dyes. These can definitely cause irritation around the pores. So fragrance is a common offender in that not only is fragrance an irritant, but something that can be sensitizing, meaning it just it just sings to your immune system to come in and act up. So not only are they irritating and sensitizing compounds, but they also act as vasodilators, meaning they dilate the blood vessels in your skin, which leads to redness and draws the immune system back to your skin even more so, contributing to acne. So choosing products that are free of fragrance and essential oils. Essential oils are code for fragrance. They're just not always overtly labeled as fragrance. Choosing products that are free of fragrance and essential oils is a good step in the direction to clearing your skin. But I've said this in a lot of my videos, so it should come as no surprise to those of you who have been here a while, but really aggressive skincare practices that include mechanical exfoliation, scrubbing, a lot of chemical exfoliants. This is one of the worst things that you can do in the fight against acne, or really just to your skin in general. There's a huge push as women get into their mature years. There's a huge push from the cosmetic industry to really sell you as many exfoliating acid type products, telling you that this is going to boost collagen in your skin and selling you all of these like claims about what these things can do. And, you know, they confuse the daylights out of you. It's confusing. And in doing so, then, you know, you're left with these products that you don't really know how to use, and they're expensive, so you want to use them. And then you use too many of them, dry out the skin, irritate the skin, and that can set you up for a flare of acne. And while it's important to cleanse your face at the end of the day to remove pollutants and pollens and products, you don't want to be washing your face too much. That can dry out the skin barrier. And anytime you dry out your skin barrier, you're setting yourself up for a flare of acne, because the response is not necessarily increasing oil production, but increasing the drive for inflammation to come in your skin. And so you don't want to overly wash your face. Just stick to once a day and go really gentle. You don't need some, you know, device to wash your face. Just the simple action of your finger pads is going to be what you need. Take a look at your diet. You know, there's not really a perfect diet that you should try and follow. People ask me about a vegan diet for skin, and honestly, there's no evidence for that, so it's not something that would ever be recommended as an intervention for treatment of any skin disease. But if you do eat a balanced diet that includes fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, minimal animal products, that is generally what's considered an anti-inflammatory diet, and, you know, is assumed to be helpful. But, you know, there's not really a whole lot else as far as supplements that are, you know, standard of care or recommended. Things that can worsen acne in terms of foods and supplements. We have data showing that skim milk consumption is correlated with more persistent, stubborn acne. Also, whey protein supplements, probably through upregulation of something called insulin-like growth factor that drives sebum. Those have been associated with acne. B12 supplements as well. High levels of B12. Some people report also that high levels of biotin flare their acne. And high levels of iodine consumption. Iodine is present in things like fish, seaweed, kelp, and that can definitely contribute to acne. So those are things that I feel like, boy, all of a sudden I've just suddenly got this horrible acne out of nowhere. Just take a careful look and make sure you're not consuming high levels of those things that could be contributing. All right, but what about products? I mean, that's probably why you guys came here. You want to know what to buy. I mean, honestly, keep it minimal. Any basic skincare routine should include a gentle fragrance-free cleanser to remove the film from the end of the day, a basic fragrance-free moisturizer to keep the skin hydrated as you go to bed at night, and a sunscreen to protect your skin from sun throughout the day. Those three things will really hit multiple arms of what's going on with adult acne. It'll remove the film that contributes to ongoing irritation. It will protect the skin from the damaging inflammatory effects of ultraviolet radiation that also, side note, cause skin cancer. And the moisturizer will help your skin barrier to restore itself, remain strong, and seal in that water into your skin, prevent transepidermal water loss, decrease the dryness and irritation that can exacerbate acne. So those three things, if you do those three things, you are on the path to addressing multiple arms of acne pathogenesis right there without a single active ingredient right there. And the reason I say start with that simple 3-step product routine is that that might be all that it takes to get you clear and to keep your skin clear, just minimizing the amount of things that you do to it. There are active ingredients for acne that are very effective. They're the same active ingredients, though, that we use in acne that you had as a teenager. There's nothing really new that comes onto the scene. And so, in particular, if it's your first time having acne as an adult, keeping it simple to the 3 products is likely, there's a good chance, I'm not saying it's perfect, but there's a good chance that things will get a lot better without the use of any active ingredient. One active ingredient that I think is a good choice as we get older into our adult years is basic salicylic acid. It is effective in a face wash form for controlling acne. It concentrates in the oily surfaces of our skin, it controls oil production, it's anti-inflammatory, and it will help to break up pores, and it also will gently exfoliate the skin and remove sun-damaged skin cells, so it will help even out skin complexion. And it is effective in a wash form. You don't need to use a leave-on product to get good control from salicylic acid. And using it in a wash form decreases the dryness and irritation that you might experience with a leave-on product. Then it should come as no surprise to you, another active ingredient is going to be a vitamin A derivative, namely a retinoid. Here in the States, we're lucky in that now we have over-the-counter adapalene, which goes by brand name Differin. This is a great ingredient and a great product for adult acne. And it's of the retinoids is the least irritating, least drying, very easy to tolerate, and definitely can impart good control not only for acne but also can improve hyperpigmentation, and it also has anti-aging benefits as well. It can help with long-term use to remove some sun damage, improve wrinkles and fine lines, and boost collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin. We have mounting evidence to show that for adapalene, brand name Differin. And then the third active ingredient that you might consider is going to be sulfur. Sulfur is anti-inflammatory, and it also can break up pores and help you control acne. And of the active ingredients that I mentioned, it's actually the least irritating. It can be a little drying, but it's pretty easy to tolerate, and it's a great choice if you have sensitive skin. So it's going to be the active ingredient that is probably easiest to tolerate for sensitive skin. But I don't recommend doing all of these at once. I recommend starting out with these simple, just 3 steps, and sticking with it for a couple of months. Anything in the skin takes several months to see substantial change. I recommend sticking with it for several months. And like I said, that simple 3 steps, moisturizer, cleanser, sunscreen, might get you to where you want to be without needing an active. If you want to introduce an active later on, then go slowly and don't introduce more than one. That would be a setup for irritation, dryness, and peeling. But take home point, keep it simple and see a dermatologist. I have videos talking about a lot of the prescription medications that might be just what you need. Oral spironolactone, for example, to address the hormonal component of adult acne. Topical dapsone, an anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial medication that seems to work really well in adult acne in women. And again, I have a video on that. That might be just what you need. Or you may need a prescription retinoid that's stronger than what you can get over the counter through adapalene. So, don't spend too much time spinning your wheels trying to DIY things. See a dermatologist. Keep it simple and do not neglect sunscreen. Yeah, and attempting to dry out your skin with harsh exfoliants, toners, and over cleansing is not going to work. It didn't work when you were a teenager, probably, and it's not going to work now. It's just not how the skin and acne go together. And I think it's a huge misconception. Drying out your skin really just exacerbates inflammation in the skin through transepidermal water loss. So shy away from that. Keep things simple, and I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.